Hello everybody and welcome back to Tavern Talk. We return and we last time got a lot of rumors, we got some new recipes, we met some new people, and we've sent some people out on quests. We might hear back from them, and I think we're gonna send Melly on a quest too. So we'll see if that happens today. I think it is. So let's see how it goes and see what drinks we're gonna make for everybody. Start the day. Fable! Good morning, innkeeper. Could you please make me a drink? Is everything okay? I need something to wake me up and help me feel agile again. Of course, Fable. Just a moment. Okay, so, agile. Do you want your regular? I'm gonna assume regular? Yeah, I think a swift strike. One, two, three, and some for you, Ondu. Of course. You always deserve it. Some defense. Oh, there we go. Magically filled itself all the way up. Perfect. There we are. Thank you. I feel much better already. Long night? Very. Turns out there were a lot of farmers who needed help. Regret offering it? Not at all. I really enjoy being able to help people. Before, I just used to wish I could help, but I never felt competent enough to try. It's fun to try, but a bit exhausting at times, but I think I much prefer this over waiting around. I still could use a bit more practice, though. That's fair. Just make sure you also practice taking breaks. Yeah, you can't go from doing nothing to doing absolutely everything. You're gonna, get sick from stress. You need to take breaks. It's important to help yourself. You can't take care of others if you don't take care of yourself first. Fable. You'll have a much easier time helping people if you're not close to passing out yourself. That's exactly what I just said. That's what I have your drinks for. Yeah. My drinks are not a gateway to burnout. I admire your kindness, Fable, but you too should fall under the umbrella of people you're being kind to. I mean, I am pretty good at falling. You're pretty good at a lot of things. I try. We need to work on that self-confidence. I know. Stay and have a rest now, okay? Okay, thank you. Who are you? Hello? Good day to you, innkeeper. Good day to you too, adventurer. Yes, an adventurer. That is what I am indeed. I come here seeking a drink. What a coincidence. I do happen to have some of those in stock. It's almost like I run a tavern or something. What can I get you? What kind of drinks do adventurers usually get? Whatever drink they desire. Then, well, I could do with something that tastes good. Of course. Perhaps something that could protect me from my foes? Defense is the base of every adventurer's skill set, is it not? Possibly. Let's try it out. I feel like there's a lot of different skill sets for adventurers depending on what you're doing. I don't know, this person seems like the bard type, so I don't know if defense is the right one, but you know what, we could start with this. Maybe they blab their mouth too much and they're gonna get socked in the face, who knows. We've got that one. Southern Brawler. Frosted Lagoon is pretty icy. There's also Sailor's... No, wait. There was another one. Was it this one? We'll just go with this one. That's what they want. Down we go. A little bit of attack. And a little bit of this. Frosted Lagoon. Liquid protection against your foes, now for half the price. Thank you so very kindly. Oh, look at the stars in your eyes. Do you like it? Well, yes. Yes, of course. Then you should say so.
I apologize. I forgot to do the thing where you say your words out loud.
I get that. Now that you've acquired a drink, care to introduce yourself?
How incredibly rude of me to forget! I am Gustav Archibald Richmond III, son of Lord Gustav Archibald Richmond II and Lady Dorothea Bridget of the 27th. That's a lot of Dorotheas. An up-and-coming hero from Windmore. And who might you be? We know what we're gonna say. The up-and-coming innkeeper of Zenith. Happy to have you here.
And I'm Fable, of the Ashen Grove.
Oh? You're Fable?
Yes? Is that a bad thing?
The Fable that saved Tregorin from werewolves? Your name is spreading, Fable!
The very same.
Wow, what an incredible pleasure to meet you! I've heard so many things about you.
Oh, good things, I hope.
Of course! They said you single-handedly persuaded the werewolf to give up his wicked ways and reunited a family. Technically, that was one and the same incident.
That's one way to put it, for sure.
They do have a way with words. Incredible! A true hero indeed! They spoke of you helping with the aftershocks of the starfall as well.
I mean, that's a given. I need to help out when I can.
You truly have the heart of a folk hero. How admirable! What about you, Lord Gustav Archibald Richmond III? What are you the hero of? Well, I'm, currently leaving my backstory era. I'm in the first act, so to speak, on my journey, becoming a full-blown adventurer. I've had a bit of a late start, but I shall catch up with haste. Also, Archie is just fine. You don't have to say the whole thing every time. Alright, if you insist. Let me look at you. Let's see. Gustav Archibald Richmond III, human, 24, he, him. Hey, we're at the same age. Swashbuckler, Windmore, neutral good, the hermit. Archie is the noble son of an influential family from Windmore. He's quite out of touch with reality. Growing up around books instead of everyday people, he wants to experience the adventurous life he always read about, especially after hearing tales of Fable, the folk hero. Oh, he's inspired by Fable. That's so cool. We've got that one still. What's going on in here? Oh, this is still the Zoford stuff. I did that last time. Well, Archie, if it's a haste you're looking for, I can help with that. Someone gifted me some golden feathers a few days ago. Prepared as an infusion for the right drink, they can hasten you up in no time. Really? That's spectacular! I always thought those things were myths or legends you only read about in books. Do you read a lot? Ah, you know, sometimes. Not that much, liar.
You should! You sound like someone who enjoys adventure, and books are full of them.
They are! I'm just too cool for books.
Books are cool?
You think so? He's like, if my hero says so, then I guess they are.
Yes, I do. I mean, look at the innkeeper's journal. It's super cool.
It is pretty cool, isn't it? Look at all this shit I got in here. I'm just that awesome. The coolest. Oh, well, actually, maybe I do read quite a bit. I'm sorry for being weird about it.
Don't worry, we're all a little weird sometimes. What kind of books do you like?
Anything full of adventures and heroes and adventuring heroes. They're just like me. Obviously, my parents would much prefer if I read other things, such as books on etiquette or newspaper. I'm sure they would love it if I wrote a dissertation on the intricacies of the Dyria negotiations, or even became a diplomat myself. But I think I would fare much better as the savior of this world, don't you think? Well, start small. You haven't even gone on an adventure yet. You might get your ass beat by a goblin. The Dyria negotiations? I'm unfamiliar. It's all terribly boring, really. They're renegotiating trade routes due to the collapse of a canal bridge that was hit by a horde of spinel rhinoceroses. It's not going all that well, because they can't agree on who should pay for the repairs, the mainland or Dyria itself. Just thinking about it puts me to sleep. I actually yawned. And perhaps we should get back to more exciting things. How do you plan to start off your hero's journey? By doing something heroic, of course. Do you know how to do that? Have you ever watched the movie Hercules? What's something heroic I could do?
You could start by helping the local farmers. They're still rebuilding their homes and relocating their cattle as we speak.
Great idea! How much gold should I give them?
Gold? I mean, I'm sure they wouldn't mind gold, but I was thinking about lending them a hand. You know, physically, with your literal hands.
Ah, okay. So, I would...
Go to the farmers and ask what they need help with.
Of course. That sounds... I shall figure it out. Thank you for the inspiration, Fable. It has been an honor meeting you. I hope we shall cross paths again. Till my next quest, innkeeper. Till then, you technically aren't on a quest, but okay, bye. Interesting. I feel like that kid's gonna get slapped with reality. I say that kid, I'm 24 too. But if my theory that the innkeeper is like immortal is correct, then they're probably like, that fucking kid.
That was...
adorable?
weird. Not because of him, he heard about me? Being a hero. That doesn't sound right.
But you are a hero.
Not really. I didn't even do that much yet. Not enough to be inspiring anyone anyway. There are much greater heroes than me out there.
He wasn't impressed by other heroes, he was impressed by you.
That's... nice.
You don't sound very happy about it.
I am! It's really flattering, but I just don't think I did enough to deserve his praise. I'm just some elf.
It's not for you to decide who's impressed by you and who isn't. I'm personally going to keep bragging about knowing Fable, the great hero of Ashen Grove and savior of Tregorin.
All right, I get it. Thank you, Innkeep. I'll try better to accept compliments.
Good. Working on that self-confidence already.
Oh!
Yay! She has to jump up to grab it. You're so adorable.
Hello, Innkeeper. Hello, Fable. Hello, Melly. And hello, Malachite. It's good to see you both again. Likewise. Right, Val?
Come on, use your words. Can I offer you two a drink?
Actually, you could offer us a quest.
Are you talking about the one you just picked up by any chance?
Your incredible deduction skills strike again.
I'm only trying to match wits here. So you're interested in saving those poor familiars?
I am. Missing familiars, silent wizards, clues leading to a seemingly dead end. This sounds like a case for the world's greatest detective. And her sneaky assistant.
They do sound like a great team. They're not a team. But they are going on a quest together. They are not. Come on, you know you've been adopted. Then why are you here? She didn't want to come here alone. Said she can't reach the quest board. And I needed a drink anyway. Keep telling yourself that.
So you're sending Melly on a quest alone?
As is customary. That's how the Shadow Banes have always handled it. No, Malachite, don't continue the cycle. Melly isn't part of the Shadow Banes. But she wishes to walk the path of thieves. So she must embrace their lifestyle. But that doesn't... Well, there's more thieves than just the Shadow Banes.
I think she's trying to walk the path of a detective. And that just sounds dangerous and negligent.
I agree.
You're not coming with me?
No. No, Malachite, come on. That's your daughter.
Why not?
I just explained that. Badly.
But you have to come with me.
Why?
It's clearly a job for two people.
There's no job that can't be done alone.
What if I need someone to sneak into a crime scene to gather evidence?
Didn't you want to go on this quest to test your stealth training?
But what if I get nervous? What if I forget how to be stealthier? What if none of the familiars want to talk to me?
I don't know, Melania.
And what if I come back and you've been eaten by a T-Rex? Oh, honey.
Who cares?
I do!
The T-Rex threat is much lower in Zophor. No, let's not. I think you should go with her. Like, I think, you know, it's like, silly little kid things, but her parents were turned into zombies and got eaten by a T-Rex. You know, she may not admit it because she's, like, trying to be mature for her age, but she could be worried that, you know, the first person that's, like, kind of, like, hung around her for a while, who's basically, like, a parental figure, is gonna disappear again. I think you should go with her. I think you should mind your own business. Do you want a drink or not? I'll fucking spin in it, Malachi. Don't test me. And I think you should make better decisions. Melly is right. You two make a good team, especially for this case. So stop hiding from the imaginary T-Rex of emotional vulnerability and just go on this familiar-themed vacation. You might even enjoy it. Listen, Melina, even if I wanted to come with you, I couldn't. I've got obligations. Things to do.
You're a thief. You don't have fixed working hours, and you don't have any other friends waiting around for you.
Maybe not, but I do have a sheepfish to take care of. You have a sheepfish? I do. His name is Rufus, and he doesn't do well alone. Plus, he needs to be fed and do his daily crossword puzzles, otherwise his wool will get strawy.
Oh, well, you're right. You can't just leave Rufus alone. He'll get lonely.
But so will you, Melly. Yeah.
I can take care of Rufus.
Oh, you don't have an excuse now. What?
Well, I live nearby and I'm very good with animals and pretty decent at crossword puzzles.
That sounds like an excellent idea. What if Rufus doesn't like you? He will, certainly after one of Fable's famous lullabies. You sing?
Sometimes? Maybe you could sing a song about how Mal and Rufus got eaten by a T-Rex while the familiars booed me out of town. I think I'd prefer a song about you and Malachite saving those familiars instead. Right, Mal?
They're going like, Mal, make the right decision here. Fine, but just this once. See it as a final exam for your training.
Yay! That sounds fun!
Wonderful. So, do you two need any help on your quest? Don't know. What do you think, detective?
Well, it's great that you would ask, mighty assistant.
Please don't call me that.
Okay, Mighty Mal then.
No.
How about John?
Sure.
So, John, thanks for asking. I've studied the quests given to us closely, and I've come to the conclusion that there's only one option. This is a classic case of finding the right clues sprinkled throughout the witness testimonies, and piercing them together correctly. The townsfolk, the wizards, the familiars, they'll all have different conflicting information, and we'll need to collect and untangle it all to see the whole picture. But to achieve that, we need to be charismatic enough to get the truth out of them. And for those who still refuse to talk to us out of guilt or fear, we'll need to activate our stealth powers, find those hidden clues ourselves. Also, we should be quick, so they can't destroy any evidence. I can offer you some of your golden feathers. They come with the sweet aftertaste of haste. That way, you should be able to make it to Zophord much quicker. Great idea! I think you... His name is John now. I think you underestimate the severity of the situation. What would you suggest instead, John? I agree with the stealth part. We could use a hint of dexterity to make sure we remain unseen for as long as possible. But I believe our focus should be on overpowering whoever is responsible for this. If they're making familiars disappear, they won't be interested in discussion. Not a fair one, at least. We should fight first, ask questions later. I guess you got bored of the stealthy approach. Different problems require different solutions.
If you're itching for a fight, may I recommend fresh phoenix chilies? Some fire resistance could be a big advantage against wizards or familiars. Whether a fireball or fire breath, you wouldn't want to walk in unprepared.
Does Ondu have fire breath?
Technically yes, but he's usually too lazy to use it. It helps a bunch with roasting marshmallows, though.
I'd love to try Ondu's marshmallows.
I'll see if I can set something up when you return. Yeah, it could be a celebration.
Thank you! I think some s'mores would also help convince those familiars to help us.
That's ridiculous. A dagger would be far more convincing.
I think both could work. Innkeeper, what do you think? They definitely need a little bit of dexterity for sneaking around, but what would they pair it with?
Haste for a quick arrival, and charisma for smooth talking, or pure strength and some fire resistance. Let me think about it. I think I'm gonna go with what Melly wants. I mean, they're right that whatever is taking these familiars could be dangerous and probably doesn't want to talk, but if they go in without clues, then they're in trouble. And, I don't know, I mean, this is Melly's first quest. I feel like, you know, even if she's going with John, I should... That name's gonna make me laugh. It's like the most, like, quote-unquote normal name that we've had in this game so far. Compared to, like, Fable and Hex, and then there's John. But anyway, Melly's first quest, I want to do what she wants to do. So we're gonna go with haste and charisma and dexterity. So let's see, first things first, Phoenix, which one is the Phoenix feathers? I think that's it, but I want to make sure. Golden feathers, that was it. So let's get a golden feather in here. And then, what gives us charisma? Sunny breeze could work? No, it couldn't, because we need intelligence. Well, 1, 2, 3... 1... 1, 2... Sunny breeze might work. Very popular among bards and enhanced charm, focus, and reflexes. Oh yeah, because that adds dexterity. Spoken Heart is attack and defense. I think Sunny Breeze is the one we want to go for this, specifically for the dexterity part. So let's see. 1, 2. Then we've got... oh! That one's already done. There we go. And then... 1, 2... Oh, do I need to... What did I do wrong? Oh, right. I need to add extra. There we go. Sunny Breeze. Hopefully that was the right choice. But I want to go with what Melly wants to do. I think this case needs a delicate hand. The best detective work is achieved through clever conversation. That's another thing. I didn't even think about that. You know, we were talking about Shadowbanes and stuff, but she wants to be a detective, not a Shadowbane, so we should go the detective route.
Ha! You're spot on.
Guess this is how I die. Don't be so pessimistic. My drinks always have your back. Do you think you're prepared to solve this case, detective?
Yes! With your help, we'll complete this quest with haste.
Ah, I get it!
We'll be back soon.
Best of snooping. Be nice, John.
I should go with them to pick up that sheepfish before they disappear into the night.
That is very possible. Don't forget to sing him a lullaby.
Rufus or John?
Rufus.
Right! Obviously. I'm gonna go now.
Bye-bye. Have fun, Fable. It was good to see you again. I hope the quest goes good. I want Melly to do good. She's got this. She's so cute. Hello? Innkeeper. Chrissy, glad to see you're all right. Likewise. Good to see you and the tavern are unharmed. It's quite the disaster out there. And I'm just passing through. Don't have time to stay for long. Need to check on the cottage.
and the birds, and Fable. I'm sure everything is as it was. The canopies of the grove are sturdy after all. Which is why I chose to make it my home. That and the landscape. I hope your trip was nice at least? Oh, it was. It felt good to recharge and refill the creative juices. We walked a lot, actually. Almost mapped out the whole island. We also hiked to the foot of the Borean Ridge, where the auroras touch the peaks. I heard the view was quite remarkable. It was. I'd never seen anything like it before. It was the first time I got to catch a glimpse of them. Also caught a glimpse of the infamous Banshee. Everyone told us to avoid the lonely lagoon because of her, but it's too beautiful to ignore. Ooh, mayhaps are you going to give me another rumor about said Banshee? I think I have two. Oh, I only have one, I think. I don't think any of this is about the Banshee, but I would love more Banshee rumors. I doubt the Banshee means any harm. Everyone yearns for a friend, after all. Even scary creatures. It gets lonely as a monster sometimes. Everyone is scared of you. People shouldn't be. No one can choose who they're born as. We should accept them as they are. I have a few patrons who'd really appreciate hearing that. Then I'd be happy to meet them. Speaking of which, I got you something. Oh? Remember the nymphs from when we last spoke? I do. I met one at an art convention. She was selling little homemade trinkets. I remembered our conversation and got you this. Oh! I thought you might appreciate it. How beautiful, it's green and swirly. I do, thank you. It'll certainly always have a special place in my heart, knowing that it came from you. Oh, you're such a sweet talker, but you can't trick me into giving you my name. What would I want with names? Nothing good, that's for sure. Are we a fae? But for realsies, I have to leave now. I've been gone for too long. See you around, Innkeep. See you around, Chrissy. Take care of yourself. Always. We could definitely be a fae. Names. Names have power. We don't give ours away. But we're asking for people's names. Ooh! Hello. Who are you? Baya, good to see you again. It's been a while. Yes, a while. A while. 6,000 years. More like 2 months. Oh, I thought I had hibernated longer. You hibernated? At this time of year? It was for the Bloomtide Festival. It happens near my swamp every year during the Dreaming Moon. Druids and bards join together in search of the moon pools for 2 whole weeks. They dance, they laugh, they scatter pretty little flowers everywhere. They hope if they can satiate the land, it will lead them to the reflection of the cosmos. You mean the set of mythical lakes that's said to reflect all of the 7 moons at once? Yes. Ever since the Twilight Chasm portal opened up within them, a mere 30 years ago, travelers have become increasingly obsessed with bathing in their beauty. Such festivities sound exciting. No! They are loud, with their songs and their arguing about getting lost in the endless maze of marshes. And they walk around with torches of burning ember that they swing too close to my precious vines. Why would you bring fire into a swamp? It is a little rude. Exactly! You know, I tried to join them one time. Their dainty flowers intrigued me, and I snuck up to them, dressed in my prettiest poison ivy adorned with thorns of the undying trees. And you know what they did? What? They chased me away with their fiery brooms, chanting "Demon be gone" from the top of their tiny lungs. So now I hibernate every dreaming moon,
That way I don't have to listen to their jolly tunes.
Oh, I'm so sorry. You just wanted to see the flowers. Maybe you should give them another chance. Very few Gaians are familiar with creatures of the bogs. Only with the stories about their bone-crushing teeth.
What's wrong with bone-crushing teeth?
They think you might want to crush their bones with them.
Ah, but that would be so rude.
They don't think that way. But I think if they got to know you, they'd like you a lot. After all, you make the best flower crowns in all of Gaia. Maybe even all of Asteria. Those sound perfect for a festival.
You might be right. Maybe I'll greet them with some flower crowns next year. I could even open up a seasonal flower crown store.
Oh, you're so cute! I'd definitely buy one.
But right now, I'm awake and thirsty. Do you have swamp water on the menu today?
I'm all out, sorry.
Too bad. Something else then. Do you still have those drinks that make you as sturdy as tree bark, in case their torches come near me again?
In fact, I still do. Give me one moment. A sturdy one. Okay, I have sturdy. There's first snow. That's a new recipe, so I'm guessing... Frosted Lagoon? Pulls you down, even on the hottest of summer days. Additional UV protection. What more could you ask for? Let's do that one. Specifically because of the mention of fire. And then we got a little attack. And just an itty bitty bit of charisma. Some for you, Andu, even though you are charisma incarnate, you don't even need some. There we go. Frosted Lagoon. Liquid tree bark, just for you.
Ooh, delicious. I feel I could devour any torch now. Thank you, innkeeper.
What woke you up from your slumber, anyhow?
The night sky fell into my dirt hut.
Oh no, the stars!
It burned my favorite weeping willow to bits. I am replanting it into many small sniffling willows. They are feasting upon the ashes of the stars that tried to extinguish them. It's a powerful nutrient.
Sounds tasty. You'll get some big weeping willows in the future.
After the trees and winds and pillbugs calm down, I'd planned to go back to sleep. All that calamity made me awfully tired. But when I tried to sleep, all I could focus on was this feeling spreading in my chest.
Heartburn?
Loneliness. I thought I should get out there and advertise my new spa. Because only crickets were visiting and they weren't very good at marketing. You know, maybe if people visit me, instead of me visiting them, they won't chase me off. So I went to where I knew people could use my services. The werewolf camp in Ashen Grove.
Oh, cool! I love how all the different characters connect back to the stories.
I didn't want to intrude on their personal space, of course. So I just hung the coupons up on pieces of thin red string in the nearby canopies, together with some jolly little bells so that the wind would announce their presence. Like little spells that draw you towards the nearest mud mask. I hope they'll visit me sometime.
Oh, Baya, I want to give you a hug. You just want a friend and to advertise your spa. I didn't know you opened a spa.
It's new. I want to share my flowers and mud and pools with everybody, so we can all look beautiful together.
That sounds wonderful, Baya.
I agree.
Let me look at you. New friend. She, they, bog creature, age 555. Druid, moon swamp, chaotic neutral, the lovers. Baya is an ancient swamp creature I've known for a long time. She's a very sweet soul, but other people tend to find her terrifying, even attacking her. They love spiders and opened a swamp spa a while ago. Sadly, she hasn't gotten a lot of visitors yet. Oh, I'd go to your swamp spa. I'd love to go to a swamp spa. Any spa, honestly, but Baya specifically.
Can I leave some of my coupons here? Yes, absolutely. I'd do anything for you. I'd die for you, Baya. Thank you. Please hand them out to all your customers. I will happily share this fantastic offer with them. Oh, that's so cute. I love you, Baya. I think I have a new favorite character. You could also just come here more often and hand them out yourself. Ah, but there's no one else here. Except the jackdaw. Do you want a coupon, little creature? I will leave one in your nest. No one's here because it's almost closing time, Baya. You have to come by earlier. During the day, or earlier in the evening, or during events. But there will be people here! Yes, I believe that's the point. Too scary. I shall go now. Don't forget to hand out my coupons. Will do. Let me know if this voice is too annoying, you guys. I just think it fits very well for a creature who is wants friends, but is just sounds a little too scary. I like the voice, but if it's too much, I'll switch it. But another day is done. What's going on today? I'm really wondering if the cleric is going to come back with the quest that we gave them. Ah, Twin Flames. The 8th of the astral moon. How's it going today, everybody? Man, is that Rufus? It's pouring a storm. Hey, you! Been a while. Hey, innkeeper. Hello. It's been a while since I've seen you around. A whole week to be exact, and you already miss me. A little. Cute. I got my hands on a job all the way over in Dyria. Does it have to do with the spinel rhinoceroses? Seemed like something relatively easy but well paid. Or like something too good to be true. Not this time. Apparently the farmer just wanted it to be done quickly, so she offered a higher than average rate. Sounds like easy money. Yeah, I wish. You know, I think I could use a drink first. Something that'll loosen my tongue. Feel like this job is draining me of my social energy. Only if I get to hear the rest of the story. Sounds like a good deal to me. Let's go with the spoken heart. This probably isn't the right one, but I'm here for the story. I want to hear the story. And the deal was story for drink. So I get story by making you talk with my magic drink. Oh, and can't forget, Andu, you get some brain juice today. Freshly squeezed. Good boy. There we go, spoken heart. Hopefully this is the right one. Let's hope this suits your tastes. Your drinks never disappoint. Glad to hear. Yes! I can definitely feel my charm coming back to me. I made you a drink, now it's your turn. Tell me about your latest job. Fine. A deal is a deal. Told you the client's a farmer, right? She has a large flock of two-headed sheep. Apparently that darn starfoal managed to damage their barn, and they somehow managed to break out of their enclosure. Didn't think they were that clever, honestly. Must be the two brains. Probably. Anyways, they got out right before their shearing appointment, and of course the farmer needed to get them back in time. Especially considering the rumors surrounding Dyria at the moment. Seems to be a dangerous place nowadays. Apparently an unusual amount of cattle has been going missing these last few weeks. So the local folks have been keeping a closer eye on the locks and fences. Interesting, danger zone. A lot of stuff is going on in Dyria right now. Where is Dyria? Let's check the map. Closely responsible for the main trade routes of the sea and pride themselves on their diplomatic accolades and beautiful landscapes. Makes the ideal travel destination if you're looking for a low-risk adventure. But also, interesting, maybe we should have sent Archie there. But so if negotiations aren't going well, that's not good. Especially if we're trying to keep a good alliance together. Of course, the farmer wanted her sheep to be safe, so she hired someone to bring her animals back. That someone being you. Obviously. I thought to myself, I'm a monster hunter. Handling animals is basically my job. I'd say a monster hunter is rather known for, well, hunting instead of handling.
That was exactly the issue. Do you know how stubborn two-headed sheep are? Let me guess, they're twice as stubborn as one-headed sheep, or maybe even sheepfish? I just learned about that today. You got it. They're impossible to get moving, impossible to startle. One head might be eating, but the other one is always watching you. But you did it, right? I suspect you wouldn't be here if you hadn't finished the job. You're absolutely correct. I was at my wit's end. Imagine having fought hundreds, if not thousands of beasts, and some sheep are the one enemy you can't win against. That sounds like an incredibly humbling experience. It was, trust me. But luckily I got some help. Another adventurer saw me struggling and offered her assistance and knowledge. Or should I say, a retired adventurer. Oh? Yeah, she was very insistent on that label. Some kind of astral finfolk must have lost her arm a while ago. Oh no. Back to the sheep. She told me there's apparently one thing that gets their full attention. You got any guesses on what that magical tool might be? I have no... Oh! Hello?
Clovers! More than new clovers, to be precise. They go absolutely feral for them. If you will make them follow every single one of your commands. But someone with your experience should know that, innkeeper. How do you know that? What do you know about me?
Do you two know each other? Barely.
Ha! Keep your secrets then, oh so mysterious innkeeper.
I wanted to buy her a drink after she helped me back there. Didn't expect you two to be best friends, honestly.
Best friends?
I think you got that one wrong, Jade.
I'd never befriend someone like them. I have taste.
Hey, what the fuck? Well, that was unnecessarily rude of you, Una. You didn't even consider my feelings.
Consider me sorry, innkeep.
Apology accepted.
Speaking of taste, what about your drinks? I know you've always liked experimenting with potions and other suspicious liquids. Looks like you finally made it, huh?
Oh, so do I know you from, like, did we grow up together or something? Indeed. I think I got the hang of it.
Then what are you waiting for? Your old rival is waiting for a drink. Preferably one that'll restore my energy. Those sheep made my old bones so wobbly and I don't like feeling so weak. Got you. Let's see what the old magic has to offer.
Don't worry, they might not look it, but their drinks are actually really good. What does that mean? Everyone's insulting me today.
I bet.
I'll just take that as a compliment, I suppose.
Alright, what do we got?
You want energy, I can give you that. Peak Sunrise, Sailor's Courage. Sailor's Courage seems to fit for Una. I think that might also be the only option I have. I have Southern Brawler. Let's see. Fiery, depending on what kind of fight you're looking for. Dry, landlubber qualities of good sailor. Inability to know fear. Who needs common sense anyway? Spinach not included. Let's go with the Sailor's Courage. This one seems to fit. Especially because we got fighting words in here right now. Challenging me, old rival. Let's get some of that courage in here. Maybe I should drink this, actually. We'll see. Let's see what they got to say. So we knew each other back in the day. Do you like it? Not that I care.
Oh, wow.
Impressed?
Don't get cocky now.
You don't have to be shy. You can just admit I've improved. So, Una, Jade told me you're retired now. Had enough of the adventuring business?
Absolutely. I don't want to have anything to do with that anymore. I've completed enough quests for at least 2 lifetimes.
And yet you decided to help Jade.
Ever had to handle a 2-headed sheep? Not yet.
Lucky you.
Lucky indeed. I just couldn't watch her struggle with those stubborn beasts any longer, but this was a one-time exception.
Did the farmer pay accordingly after your morning dew clover's magic trick? Oh, absolutely. She was so happy she gratefully paid both of us. That's good to hear. She even tipped us some gems she supposedly found in one of her fields.
But I'm a Mida. I don't have use for stones like those. And since I'm retired, I couldn't care less about material riches. So we figured we'd give them to you instead. But I wouldn't tell that pretentious blonde dragon priestess if I were you. Feels like a blasphemous gift. Oh! Citron? I don't know how to pronounce that, but I know what it is. Ooh, it looks like a D20! It's a fucking D20! A rare gemstone that can only be found in the well-hidden eastern parts of the Forbidden Valley. Citron is said to be favored by the dragons due to its incredible divine properties. Blessed. Ooh, 1d4. With the divine magic of the dragons, adventurers will have a much better chance at fighting the undead or any other unholy creatures, or any creatures really. I love Bless. It's my favorite. I'm playing an Order Cleric right now in a game, and I swear, I feel so powerful. Order Clerics are awesome. Oh, divine gems. A little blasphemous indeed. I think I know just the right way to use them. Thank you. I'm gonna stick them in drinks. People are gonna go to chug their drink and just take a whole D20 down the throat. Don't mention it. Now that we're done here, I can finally go back to crocheting. For the rest of my life. Didn't get this hook for nothing. Of course, I also occasionally gotta rip some youngsters off while playing cards. I haven't lost a game for at least 4 decades. Good for you! Let me look at you. Let's see. Finfolk68, she, her, Arcane Engineer, Astral Sea, Neutral Good, the Empress. I've been rivals with Una long before the story even began. She was an adventurer back then, but is retired now. Even put a crochet hook into the stump of her arm. But there are things about her that'll never change. I'm pretty sure she'll never stop stacking that deck, for example. That's remarkable. Or impossible for someone who's only playing fair. I think your lucky streak will end with me today. I've also never lost a game in a decade. Are you challenging me to a duel? Absolutely. It's time to duel! And whoever loses has to pay for the next round of drinks. That's the spirit. I like you, bounty hunter, but don't come crying to me after I annihilate you. You wish... Una, be on guard, or Jade? Jade, be on guard! You're worried about me? Cute. Don't say I didn't warn you. I just know for a fact that Una is a master at cheating. I doubt that's changed. So you're saying you've lost against her? I'm getting attacked from all angles. I'm trying to help. More than once, yes. Pathetic. What the fuck? Hey, are you talking about me? Listen, Innkeep. Your opponent is obviously cheating, like she was. You can't beat them fair and square. You gotta beat them at cheating. Now watch how a real master does it. I'm just getting bullied. Bullied from all angles. I don't need to learn how to cheat. I'm making magic drinks. You're back! Who are you? Hello. Good day. I've returned, Innkeeper. Welcome back, Miss Anwar, and welcome... This brave adventurer's name is Clay Moore. He offered unexpected support during my quest. I'm happy to hear that. Thank you so much on behalf of, the world. Yes, of course, the world, Mr. Clay. You don't need the whole Mr. thing, just Clay is alright with me. Otherwise it sounds so formal, like talking to one of those graph people. Oh, you wouldn't want to be one of those. Clay it is then. Can I offer you both a drink in exchange for the story of how you two met? That would be a fun trade, right, Tia? I think I would welcome it as well. Then what can I get you? Clay, please go ahead. Oh my, you've got a lot of stuff on the menu. The skull is moving, that's so cool. How about one of those drinks with ingredients? You look strong. How about something extra for those muscles? That sounds nice. Let's go with that. 1 minute. Let's see. Muscles. Okay, how about a Southern Brawler? There's also Sailor's Courage. Who needs you know what? That mentions the spinach. Let's make our second Sailor's Courage of the day. It just seems to make sense. It's Popeyes. I like the implication that some places that make this drink do serve it with spinach. That's just kind of funny to me for some reason.
Wait. Huh? Wait. How did I... I'm losing my mind. How did I make a southern brawler? I don't know, man. I was gonna make a sailor's courage. Oh, is this one of the ones that needs the infusion? Oh, it is. Okay, you know what? Let's just go with the southern brawler then. There we go. Okay, what just happened? I like entered a fever dream for a second. That's alright. It has all the muscles. Try this. I think it might knock your socks off. It stays strong and magic-y, but my socks are still on. Still, I love it. I'll have to remember this one for next time. What's it called? Don't worry, I'll remember it for you. Southern Brawler. Thank you. Now, Miss Anwar, what would you like? I need some of that liquid vigilance. Even in here, it's important to stay on guard. Wouldn't this be the right time to relax? There is no such time. Alright, then I shall aid you on your divine mission of not falling asleep standing. Alright, so we need some defense. Peak sunrise, first snow. We could do a first snow. That adds defense. Or we can go with a, frosted lagoon. How about a frosted lagoon? Oh, almost poured it on the ground. There we go. A little bit of charisma, and a little bit of attack. And a little bit for you too. Sorry, I know you just took the sign out. Where are you keeping those signs? Frosted Lagoon. Da-da-da-da! Some liquid vigilance diluted with some delicious secret ingredients. Enjoy. I could do with something less diluted, but you're right. It's delicious. Happy to hear that. Do we get to tell the story now? Please, go ahead. You think I should start with the seashells? No, I think some exposition is in order first. As you already know, Innkeeper, I plan to start my investigation right here in Zenith, specifically at the local Gaia temple. So I've been told. Mostly about that wobbling ooze. Ah, yes, that was certainly something. Unfortunately, besides their fascinating personal secrets, they had nothing of value to share with me. But fortunately, thanks to your rumors, I was not entirely without a lead. The wizard's prophecy left me at a Dollwell. Or should I say the Abandoned Isle, or Fairweather. The name changes depending on who you ask. I didn't know it had that many names. I was just called the Kelpie Island. Oh, why? Because it's shaped like one. Is it? I don't see it. Probably the smartest approach. Kelpie Island or Fairweather, its name means very little to me. Its local sentiment of Fae was much more relevant. They built everything into the giant sequoia that holds their portal to Avalon. Are you okay over there, Una? Are you losing? Their portal is in the tree? Yes, right in its center. They call it the Horizon Tree. It's beautiful. The Fae themselves were moderately helpful. It was difficult to get them to focus on the severity of the situation. And I was pretty sure they were preparing some sort of morbid ritual with acorns that they were stringing up between rose bushes in asymmetrical shapes. Oh, I always thought those were art projects. Common misconception. It sounds more like they were preparing to charge them with astral moonlight. For what? If you freeze them, they make for good ice cubes. Do you participate in such practices? Not at the moment. I'm not going to question that. More and more I think we're a Fae. Eventually I got them to sit still long enough to ask them about any strange occurrences around their settlement. Did they understand your definition of strange? After some explanation, they told me about how just recently an astral humpback whale had rampaged through one of their nearby scouting camps. Just 2 days before the stars fell. They said it seemed like it was running from something and that it was full of seething fury. They also claimed it to be a good sign because it promised adventure. I mean, they weren't wrong, but that seems like an understatement. They weren't wrong. They're right. Did lead us on an adventure. But I don't know if they'd hoped it wiped out the entire night sky. No one would hope for that. Well, someone clearly did. Sorry. They weren't wrong about it being a sign of change of pace, is all I'm saying. The exact definition is subject to personal convictions. It certainly was a sign of something being awry, and I was determined to get to the bottom of it. So, naturally, I made my way to a nearby carapace beach and prepared a celestial summoning ritual under the young astral moon. For the humpback whale, I suppose? What else would I be summoning? I thought maybe you wanted to ask Cassiopeia for her input. Are you out of your mind? The Realm Keepers have sworn a divine oath of neutrality that prevents them from directly interfering with the simple world of us mortals. The full might of their powers could disrupt the delicate balance of their cosmic design. Well, I just thought, you know, if the stars are falling, that's a big thing. I don't know, maybe it's hurting them too. Just asking. Right, sorry, slipped my mind. You are forgiven. As I was preparing the ritual, readying myself to confront the troublemaker, I suddenly found myself being interrupted by a strange request. That was me. I asked her if she needed any more seashells. Did she? I did, actually. Pairing dragonhead tritons and flimmering limpet shells can heighten the dual aspect of the celestial twins, therefore making the connection to the astral sea more stable. Obviously. I hadn't managed to find a limpet shell, and one happened to be among his offerings. I honestly just thought she was decorating the beach and that she could do with more color. You weren't wrong, in a way. Sadly, the shells burned up during the ritual, singed Tia's hands, too. Just a little. Fortunately, I possess spectacular healing capabilities. Cleric, baby! Fortunate indeed. Were you collecting seashells for beach decorating or your own ritual, Clay? I was collecting them from my friends. At this time of year, Kelpie Island is full of all kinds of sparkling floating animals from the astral sea. And they love munching on seashells. Do you encounter these creatures a lot? I try to. They're very nice. Clay can talk to animals. Gaia's blessing rests upon him. Fantastic! It is. Aw, the blush. I love you, Clay. Though I'm not always sure they like talking to me. They tend to disappear sooner or later. Sometimes they come back, but often they don't. I think maybe I accidentally say things to upset them without realizing it, and they think I mean to hurt them. I hate when that happens. Oh, buddy. You mean they just disappear like they were never there? Yes, like they moved to a different quieter beach. Or like they returned to the astral sea. I feel like they would tell me if they went back home. Not necessarily. Many Astrian creatures can traverse the plains at will, but they don't always have control over when they return. On many occasions, the astral current pulls them back home before they're ready. And once you're swept up in them, each subsequent journey out becomes more and more difficult. Or so I've been told. Definitely we haven't done that before. I would guess your friends either went home when you weren't there or got pulled back before they had the chance to say goodbye. So you saying the sea swallowed them? Not quite. It just beckoned them home, through a celestial hug of sorts. So that means I could just visit them in the astral sea? That would be an incredible undertaking. Traveling between planes is quite hazardous. Do you have plane shift? It is, but the echoes from the primordial sea, and my family have lived there for quite a while, I think. They must have gotten here somehow. They say it was much simpler to traverse between planes once. But for a long time it has been almost impossible without complicated and dangerous rituals. Until recently, the astral sea was the only possible way to pass through the barriers. And accessing it requires meticulous planning, not to mention the sea tends to come with more risks than rewards, especially if it could just pull people back at will. What can it do to people who they don't want there? Even your Astrian friends who can choose to leave their home plane on a whim get pulled back by the currents eventually. Imagine what would happen if you went in unprepared. But the Fae on Kelpie Island aren't from Gaia either, and they told me they haven't lived here for very long. Since the 5 interplanar portals opened up, interplanar travel has become a lot more accessible again. At least when it comes to the dream planes. But even the astral and primordial seas, not to mention are finally open to us again after all these years. It is a true miracle to witness in our lifetimes. So the portals haven't always been there. I didn't know that. Who put them there? Well, that is a very good question. And one that would blow the scope of this conversation beyond its bounds, I think. You still have to tell me about how you summoned the whale. Hey, Innkeep, why'd you change the subject? You're right, we're getting off track. As Clay and I talked, he told me about his fascinating friendships with the astral creatures, and his ability to speak with animals as if they share a language. So you asked him for help? Well, he offered his aid. I certainly could have handled it on my own, but you didn't have to. Right, that, obviously. Thank you very much, Clay. Anytime. So I summoned it. The ritual worked exceptionally well and appeared out of the sky in a wave of concerning darkness. Stars used to accompany them. I mean, there was one star. The whale was even bigger than I had anticipated, almost as tall as the horizon tree. And in its stomach rested a giant sun, the only star of the night sky whose light had not been extinguished, nestled right in its belly. That sounds beautiful. It was, in a way. The star wasn't the thing to worry about, though. The whole whale didn't look happy about being summoned at all. Instead, it looked like a wounded animal that was one loud noise away from lashing out. And it looked sick. Its translucent skin was gray, like it was frozen with the coldness of the highest mountain or the deepest depths. Its eyes were pale, almost blind, with no warmth within them. I thought for a brief second we must fight this beast before it consumes us and everything in its path. But when I looked over at Clay, I saw deep understanding in his eyes, like he wasn't seeing a monster but a friend. So I stayed quiet, knowing that whatever he knew outweighed my fear. You knew what it needed, Clay? Not completely, but I knew that look in its eyes. That feeling when you're so scared you get angry, when you want to fight but you're terrified you won't be able to flee. So I kneeled to show it that I didn't mean any harm, and I held out my last conch shell in my hands. It took a moment to overcome the instinct to mistrust, then it picked the shell up gently and ate it. I saw the conch freeze as it was swallowed. It looked painful. Wanting to comfort the whale, I reached out and carefully put my hands against its cheek. I wanted it to know it wasn't alone. I'm sure it needed that. It did. It was so sad it cried tears of golden dust. Its tears turned to ice before they even hit the ground. It was at that moment I realized its body had been cursed with a potent frostbite. I knew it did not trust me yet, so I did what I previously would not have thought possible. Through a hand on Clay's shoulder and the magic of your drink, I was able to briefly transfer my magic onto Clay, allowing him to cure it of its disease. Greater restoration? He kissed it on the forehead and the ice burned away, freeing it of its endless chill. It was quite sweet. That's one lucky whale. And one unusual effect of the infusion. Is that not usually possible? Inspiration is a fickle thing. Such magic is deeply personal and differs from person to person. I always enjoy seeing how others imagined support to look like. Tia's support was very helpful. I'd hope so. Once it was free of its pain, the whale was ready to talk to us. I asked what happened and it told me about fighting some sort of evil creature on 2 legs. A creature on 2 legs? So humanoid then? We assume. It turns out whales don't care much about our appearances. It cared about all the things being thrown at it. What a mean way to approach a whale. Apparently it swallowed some kind of stone. Could only remember its black and white color and that it tasted horrible. But I thought, I have a strong digestive thing. It's nothing to worry about. Rookie mistake. The 2-legged monster just wouldn't stop attacking, so it fled as quickly as it could, trying to find its way home. Felt really bad about destroying the camp. I get why. The worst part about being angry is seeing the wreckage you leave behind. Tia, do you ever get angry? No, I am the embodiment of calmness and self-discipline. Where I come from, they call that repression. Luckily, the anger had subsided when it found its way back. Thought it was finally safe, but suddenly the freezing cold began. I don't mind the cold much. I'm from the islands and we get a lot of snow in the winter. but the cold it's describing sounded awful. Painful and indescribable, like it was freezing from the inside out. The potent frostbite I mentioned, it seems a curse took hold and slowly spread throughout its entire body. So was whoever did this trying to destroy the sun as well? It tried to keep itself warm by feeding on solar crabs and cosmic squid, but that didn't help much. Oh! It just kept getting more scared and angrier and colder, until even its brain was freezing over. It couldn't think of anything other than the cold. So in desperation, it ate the hottest thing it could find. A star. A star. A giant one at that. It looked deceptively small, contained in its belly. But apparently it was one of the biggest ones the night sky had to offer. The East Star. It ate Pharos, the guiding star of the endless seas? It did, and it helped. It kept its frostbite at bay, even if it did not eradicate it. But as you can imagine, such a massive star disappearing did not have the most desirable effect on the astral sea's delicate balance of gravity. I can imagine that. The whale was very confused about what happened, but it said all the stars around it suddenly started to spin and fall out of place. They crashed into each other, causing more and more destruction with each passing moment. I didn't understand everything it described, but it sounded bad. To label it bad would be quite the understatement. The falling stars ripped holes in Cassiopeia's wings. To think that just one hungry creature could break the entire balance of the universe. It was hurt and scared. It should have endured, instead of hurting others. It was alone. It didn't know all that would happen. It didn't. I'm sure it tried its best. Its best wasn't good enough. Alethea! The whale isn't responsible for the horrible things that were done to it. We should celebrate that you were able to help it instead of blaming it for its pain. I think so too. Did you also manage to free it of the star in its stomach? No. The frostbite may be gone, but the star is a part of it now. It has become the first of its new kind, a sun humpback whale. And probably the last one too, as all the other stars in the astral sea have been snuffed out. We will never be able to see the night sky again, and in turn that whale must forever live with its guilt nestled in its stomach. Its guilt? But it was desperate! It didn't know what it was doing, it could barely think straight. Why is it its fault? Its guilt? You're right, some things are forever changed now. That's kind of the point of disasters. But perhaps the star doesn't stand for shame, but the pride of its survival. We shouldn't be sad that most are gone, but happy that one managed to make it through. Besides, we may have lost the night sky's starry companions, but it managed to gain 2 new friends. Even the worst situations can lead you to light sometimes. I like that. You should never be sad about finding new friends. Speaking of friends, on the way back we ran into this traveling souvenir shop. I bought friendship bracelets for Tia and I with little whale charms on them. But she didn't want to wear them yet, so I'm waiting until she's ready. Oh, that's very nice of you. Right, Tia? You're a hazard for fights and could get caught in things. Sure, I'm looking forward to seeing how they look with your armor. Everyone's getting, like, surprised, like, all of the gruff characters are getting surprise adopted. Tia also found something for you in the souvenir shop. Aw, really? She said it reminded her of your tavern. And now that I've seen it in person, I agree. Now I'm curious. What is it? Ooh! Oh, that's a very pretty mosaic. The shopkeeper told us a little bit about it. Supposedly, this piece of art represents a new beginning after a hard-fought battle. Kind of like the rise of the sun humpback whale. That's very fitting. Thank you, Tia. So... Tia, aren't you glad Clay was there to help you? I suppose I am. You really are? You're surprisingly competent. Perhaps one might even say I could not have done this entirely without you. If one was to be extreme about it. I think someone like you could do anything alone if you put your mind to it. But that doesn't mean you should have to. I'm always happier when doing difficult things if I have help from other people. Well said, Clay. I like you. Stellar teamwork, you two. Keep it up. Will do. Much more importantly, clearly our quest was not successful. What are you talking about? You cured the sun humpback whale. You found out why the stars fell. You even made new friends. What more could you want? We still haven't the slightest idea what caused all of this. An angry humanoid figure? And that is who, exactly? Open the letter! We need to open the letter. I feel like we have something to do with this. Well, we can rule out you, me, and the innkeeper. We can rule out you and me. Ouch. No hard feelings. I believe you're innocent, but sometimes evil hides in plain sight. One must not be led astray. Oh, now I'm nervous. Is there evil in plain sight? Is it you, Jackdaw? Ondu? You wouldn't do this to me, would you? I understand. Paranoia is a hard habit to break. Clearly, someone orchestrated this. It seems too random and methodical to have been an accidental side effect. I must find out what hides in the darkness. If something like this happens again, it could end in a calamity the likes of which we've never seen before. Don't worry too much about it, girlie. This is just kind of how oblivions are around here. I wouldn't call this just another oblivion. How often have you seen the stars fall from the sky? 0 times. I was asleep when it happened, and now that it's over, there go my chances of ever witnessing a supreme meteor shower. You should not wish to witness such horrors. Some horrors are fun to look at. Listen, love, when I was your age, I used to worry about stuff all the time. This weirdo over here did too. We all did at one time or another. But I know from experience that making such a fuss about it won't get you anywhere. These bite-sized calamities are part of the natural order of things. From the chaos to balance to chaos and back to balance, and everything just switches around in a never-ending cycle. Sure, it's good to keep an eye out, but you don't have to give yourself an aneurysm over it. Just pick a quest if it worries you and follow the natural flow of the universe. That way, if you're lucky, you'll end up retired like me. Such a leisurely attitude only leads to failure. Well, I think they both have a point. Tia is right that, like, something is going on here and it's very bad, and it needs to be looked at, but I think Una's also right that, like, constantly chasing these leads and being very paranoid about everything is just gonna, like, it's the same thing we were talking about with Fable. I feel like Tia's gonna crash. Like, there's only so much you can do before you run out of energy and you're exhausted, and what if you're exhausted when the bad guy shows up? You can't just, like, sprint through everything, I guess is what I'm trying to say. You need to take a break, Tia. But still, I think it is definitely, like, you know, it's not like, this is fine, it'll sort itself out. Still, someone's gotta deal with it, and that's exactly what Tia was saying. But she shouldn't be the only one dealing with this. She shouldn't break her back over this. Well, maybe, I mean, it is the stars falling out of the sky. You know what I'm trying to say. She deserves help, and I'm glad she has Clay with her now. And, even then, someone is always going to save the world in the end. And that someone is going to be me. Ha! Oh, the youth. Anyway, old enemy, got another drink for me? I'm running dry. Anytime, Una. Are you still running low on energy? How about another strong one? You got it. I'll just give you another southern brawler. And this time I'll make sure it's the right thing I'm looking at. This one seems easy, especially since we're picking fights with other people in the tavern. There we go. Abracadabra. Lady Gaga. Something strong for the most strong-headed lady I know. Weird way to admit you've lost every argument against me. But this drink is splendid, I'll give you that. See, with one of these, your worries will be washed away with flavor. Good or bad, depends on the day. I find your apathy borders on tragedy. And I find your hero complex unsustainable. Remember, kiddo, they don't build those statues for folks who are alive. Who cares about statues? My purpose is my purpose, and I don't care who immortalizes me. No one's purpose is to die, girl. Life is much more meaningful than that. Anyway, my purpose is winning at cards right now. Good luck with your delusions! She's got a point. I apologize on her behalf. It's fine. Tia, are you dying? No, she was purely speaking hypothetical. I'm not sure what that means, but it doesn't sound like it could damage your armor. But you know, maybe we should listen to her advice, at least a little bit. Yeah, Clay gets what I mean. My granny always says with age comes the priceless wisdom of mistakes. I think your grandma's advice would be much more helpful than whatever a failed hero has to say. Hey, have you ever watched Megamind? He has something to say about failure too. And as our Lord and Savior, I think we should listen to him. You think retirement is a failure? One's post should never be abandoned. If you can still serve this world, you should. Tia would 100% be one of those if you have time to lean, you have time to clean managers. Not sure if that's bleak or inspiring. The latter. She was right about one thing though. The past is full of terrible disasters that were prevented. Which means that this too could have been attempted before, if not very successfully. That is a good point. We don't know if this is the first time someone's tried to do this. If someone made the stars fall and went after the whale, it seems very purposeful. It seems like they have been planning this for a while. Knowledge of something so vile must be scarce and well guarded, maybe even abandoned. I've never come across anything like this anywhere in the Aperture's library. Granted, the Aperture has only been standing for a little over 2 decades, no? Its library can't be that vast. Many of the Order's books were relocated to the new stronghold. But I do believe that we don't currently harbor the knowledge I seek. For that, other avenues must be explored. What are you considering? We could ask everyone we come across until we find someone who knows something. Good idea, but that would take far too long. I think we should look for the Everbloom archives. Is it a book club? An ancient one. Everbloom was one of the Great Seven Maiden archives. The Gaian one, to be specific. Legend has it there used to be one on each plane, even Tuat, the plane of the dead. They were once filled with all the knowledge of the cosmos and grew in size every day thanks to their fearless archivists. But then they fell to an unknown foe and have been lost to time ever since. I believe one of them could hold the answers we seek. Innkeeper, do you perhaps know where to find this archive? Nope, not much of a librarian, unfortunately. Disappointing. I don't know everything, but you keep an eye out for it, right? You can ask all the scholarly people that pass through here. Oh my god, we should give Tia a coupon to the spa! Like, you need to relax. Go talk to Baya. Of course, I can do that. Perhaps you can start by asking that bounty hunter once she's done gambling all her money away. You could ask her yourself. I would rather not. I'll take that terrible task off your hands then. Wonderful. You won't need more than a day to take care of all of this, right? I could do with a little more time. Nonsense. We don't have more time. I need your full commitment on this, innkeeper. This is very short notice, as we are disasters typically. Hence the vigilance. I shall return to a fully prepared quest tomorrow morning. Okay. In the meantime, you should rest. Don't be ridiculous. I have things to do, people to help, prayers to consult. Una was right. A good night's sleep would do wonders for you. I could even offer you some coupons to a beautiful swamp spa. Yes! Yes! We're doing it! We're doing it for Baya. I love Baya. I'd die for them. Fine. I'll take one or two. Though they won't be put to much use. If I rest now, who will this world have faith in? If you rest for one night, it's going to be fine. You will be- oh my god. You can take an 8-hour break. Take a fucking long rest, Elethea. It's the same thing we were talking about with Fable. You're not- like, you can't help anyone if you're fucking dead on your feet. I shall see you tomorrow. Clay, can you, like, drag her to the spa, please? It's always nice to see burnout happening in real time. Don't worry, I'll go with her and make her some soup. Soup always helps me when I have a headache, and it looked like she had a big one. Do you want some soup as well? I mean, I won't say no. Yes, please. I'll bring some by tomorrow. Do you have any allergies? No. Thank you, Clay. Anytime. The recipe will be a surprise. Aw, have a superb day. Oh, I love Clay too. I'll take some of those coupons too. Yes! Wonderful. Talking through everything really helped. Thank you. I'm happy to hear that. I hope you hold on to those seashells. Catching up with some astral friends might make you feel a little better. Actually, I was thinking I could use the shells to make some friendship bracelets for Tia and I. I want to carve them into stars. Oh, I think that sometimes you have to make something beautiful out of the things that hurt you. Oh, otherwise you're left with anger, there's nowhere to go. Do you like being angry? No, I don't. Anger isn't a bad emotion per se. Like, there's times when you should feel angry, and it's right to feel angry. But personally, I don't like feeling angry unless it's for a justified reason. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like, yeah, I love being mad. It's just like, it's so exhausting sometimes. No, I don't want to be mad. I don't want to be angry. Me neither. Well, we all get angry sometimes. It's not the most fun, but it's important. Never getting angry doesn't solve anything either. Yeah, we call that repression, like we did with Tia. It just makes you smaller and smaller until people no longer see you as someone they need to think about. At least they're not scared of you. Anger doesn't make you any more of a monster than silence makes you a saint. Be a whole person, Clay, and don't be scared of who that is. I'll try, Innkeeper. Thank you. I hope you find a way back to yourself, too. Huh? What? Thank you, Clay. Me too. What does he know? Let's look at you. Clay, Giant/Earth Echo 31, he, him, barbarian. Oh, that's why he's asking about anger. Clay is a sweet and gentle half-giant. He loves animals and can communicate with them, a skill no one should underestimate. He believes in the good in people and is exceptionally empathetic. On the other hand, he is also a very strong and remarkable fighter. And we've got more rumors. Alright, back to the other group. Who lost? Oh, I guess we'll find out later. They've been gambling all day. You're back! Top of the evening to ya. Welcome to my tavern. Oh, what to do, my magical eyes see. New faces, new acquaintances. With whom do I have the pleasure today? No way, a speaking skeleton. Haven't seen one of those in a long while. Hello there. How incredibly rude of me to leave out introductions. My name is Scully. And he's so polite as well. You can call me Una, Mr. Scully. And that one over there is my friend Jade. Friend, interesting. Oh, do you disagree with that? Ah, fellow Mida, but with a bit more skin left. Which isn't immensely difficult, I suppose. Glad to make your acquaintance, Una and her friend Jade. Jade, that's a beautiful necklace you have there. I think this is, like... Jade, that's a beautiful necklace you have there. Something about it looks really familiar. Oh, did you win? Don't you think, Scully? I have no clue what you're talking about. It does remind me of Scully in a way. When was the last time you were digging around in graves? Never. I think your senses might be deteriorating with age. Just like your ability to win while cheating. Ha! Don't get smart with me now. Oh, Asteria's worst beast tamer. Oh, the wonders of friendship. You two seem to get along well. Oh, absolutely. I think I should be going now. I still have work to do. What a coincidence. I happen to want to say the exact same thing. But wouldn't it be rude of us to leave that distinguished gentleman all by himself? I think one of us should definitely stay a little longer. Isn't it cool that both of you have bones made of shimmery gemstones? That is true. I haven't seen another Mida since... well, since I woke up. So anywhere between 2 weeks and 2 centuries. See, it's a match already. Would be a shame if the two of you were to become friends. Huh? Anyway, see ya. Oh, she just dipped. That was quick. Indeed. I guess a woman her age knows what she wants. Hex, you're back! Everyone's here. Good mythical morning. It's well past sunset, Hex. That might be true, but it's still... morning somewhere, I know. You got it, but today I'm not here to talk with you about primordial magic. Today we're going to celebrate my sister. Oh, hello! Greetings, everyone. Come on in.
Pleased to meet you. My name is Scully.
Jade.
You can call me Hex, and this is Grace, my little sister.
Interesting. Okay.
Yes, I know, she's taller than me, you can keep it to yourselves. We're here to celebrate, not to roast, so some fire might be fun.
No fireballs inside, Hexagon.
If you insist, a fireless party it is then.
My bones are aching for a party. I haven't attended one in what feels like an eternity. What's the occasion?
My wonderfully talented sister successfully defended her wizard doctoral thesis just today. She can now call herself an actual full-blown selenite witch.
It's not that special, honestly. I beg to differ. That's a majorly big deal. Congrats.
I must congratulate you as well. Quite an astounding achievement indeed.
You're very sweet. Thank you. I have to agree with everyone. You should be proud of yourself. How about a drink on the house to celebrate your graduation? Hex already told me that you're a real magical connoisseur. I would love a taste of one of your creations, Innkeeper. But I don't know what to pick. Could you recommend something to me? Of course! How about a drink for your wits? Your brain must be tired after debating your professors all day. That sounds lovely. My brain could use a little pick-me-up. Coming right up. A pick-me-up, you say? How about a peak sunrise? Might be infused with confidence to climb their favorite mountain range. Maybe we could do this one, because it feels like, you know, just climbed this mountain range and protected my thesis. I'm very proud and I want to, you know, shout it to the world. Okay, let's see. Probably gonna need an infusion for this one. I just don't remember which one. I believe it was this one. Or was it this one? Let's go with the flower. That one's already done. Do one more of this. And then... No, that's not it. There we go. Peak sunrise. Hopefully this is the right one. This would be a bad first impression otherwise. Oh? Hi, this is delightful.
See? Told you. They definitely know their craft. Say, Innkeeper, do you have a PhD in mixology by any chance?
Last time I checked, no. But I do have a lot of experience. Took me a while to get the hang of it. I can tell. Your drinks are really tasty. I could easily go for another round of debating right now. Is anyone else up for a drink? Nah, not yet. I'm still energized from earlier. Scully, Hex, what about you two?
I'm good. I don't want to steal the show today.
I would love a refreshment for the old bones, actually. Perhaps something that will bring the charm of the old days.
At your service. Charm of the old days, huh? Charm of the old days. First snow. Or spoken heart. Let's go with spoken heart. Little bit. 1, 2, 3. 1. And you get a little bit too. And this. There we go. Spoken heart. Here you go, a drink for the charming gentleman.
Oh! What a lovely taste! It warms my bones inside and out.
Should I be worried? Maybe it's an undead thing.
Well, theopractically, it would be possible for a magical drink to warm one's bones. You just need...
You and your wild dreams, Hexy. Maybe leave those experiments for someone with actual laboratory for once.
Ah, all that talking about studying and degrees brings back so many old memories. I also was a scholar once. I spent my life as an archivist at the Gaia Neverbloom Archives, to be precise. Oh, interesting. I need to know about that. Before my, well, supposedly eternal slumber.
I've read a lot about the old archivists, but I've never had the chance to talk to one.
Well, obviously, they're all dead. All of them?
Yes, the archives were destroyed ages ago. They're mostly a myth now.
Oh, that's quite sad. A lot of knowledge must have gotten lost with them.
I guess so. If you wouldn't mind, Scully, I'd love to hear more about them. Maybe we can revive some of that old knowledge.
It would be my pleasure, but sadly, I cannot remember much of my research. All those years below ground and without sunlight don't seem to have been good for my memory. It's been a few centuries since I was alive, so I'm not even sure where I could find the archives today. Or their ruins, rather.
Oh, interesting.
This is good information, though. Archivist at the Everbloom Archives. Maybe that's where he got the idea of using the hat as storage space. Maybe! Do you remember the environment surrounding them? Maybe that could help. A little, I believe. I might have woken up close by. My early memories as a skeleton are quite hazy. During my lifetime, the archives were located deep underground. Gaia's lively blessings were juxtaposed with a hostile and lifeless mountain range. They were surrounded by nothing but rocks and bulges, as sharp as talons and fangs. Even if you made it out of the mountains, you'd be greeted by either dry steppes or a poisonous lake. Oh! The liquid in the skin could singe the meat right off your bones. I knew that someone that fell into the lake once. I remember it as if it were yesterday. Well, that sounds like not the best place to build an important archive stronghold.
Wouldn't necessarily agree. They said the books and scrolls of the Maiden archives contain all the mysteries of our world and the realms that surround us. Of course you have to protect that knowledge. Would be a shame if someone... Anyways.
That wasn't subtle, Hex. I think I know the place Scully's talking about.
Oh? It sounds just like Gravelmac. Sharp rocks next to a poisonous lake. There's no way a location like that exists twice. On this plane, at least. Did I have a rumor about Gravelmac already? I feel like I did.
Yeah! Oh! Okay, so we only need this one. Or else I would have heard of it. I wouldn't recommend going there. I bet it's exceptionally dusty after all these years. I think I finally figured out your voice, Scully.
But think about all the hidden treasures, knowledge left untouched for a millennia.
That sounds a little too ambitious, even for you.
Ooh. Yeah, I think we got a bit of a sibling rivalry that still hasn't been resolved. Your delicate wizard sensibilities wouldn't last a day in Gravelmac anyway.
Oh, and you would?
Who can say? Anyway, I got to go now. Shared enough secrets of the trade today already.
Thank you for your reluctant service. Oh, bye. Okay, no goodbye. What a lovely young lady. She would have made for a great archivist.
And a grumpy one.
I'm sure she just had a long day. As have I, honestly. I'm very tired.
I'm absolutely sure of that. You should take care of yourself. Will that be seen as mean? But yeah, you should be proud of yourself nonetheless. You seem like the kind of person to downplay your achievements. And getting your PhD really isn't something small or insignificant.
Oh, it's nothing, really. I spent a lot of time researching. Defending my thesis was a mere formality.
Hex looks pissed.
Scully and my point still stands, and I'm sure your brother would agree with us.
Absolutely.
You're all very kind. I really appreciate it. How about we call it a day? It's already getting late.
A splendid idea, as I would expect from a witch like you.
Seems fair. Hope you get to enjoy the rest of your evening, innkeeper.
I will, theopractically. And they're all gone. Ooh, a lot of people came in there at the end. But we do have the quest. We did get it done. She's lucky we already had the rumor. I feel like we got that ages ago. Let's see. Got this one. Fabled Everbloom archives are located deep within Gravelmac. Hides long-lost treasures. And then let's see. Mary Morgan, Banshee. The Maiden archives once held the infinite knowledge of the cosmos the guy in Everbloom could hide answers no one is quite ready for. Let's make that quest. Let's see. The Lost Maiden Everbloom archives are said to offer infinite knowledge to anyone with unanswered questions. Its ruins lie deep within Gravelmac, a dangerous and lifeless mountain range that even seasoned adventurers try to avoid. If that wasn't enough, the mountains are said to be haunted by nightmarish bleak stalkers. Let's hope they don't find abandoned archives cozy and inviting. Innkeep. We got another quest down. And that is the end of the day. What a long day. We met a lot of characters, too. I definitely, you know, blow out the candle. Oh, Trouble in Paradise. Well, we'll have to see what that's about next time, because I need to end it for now. Mainly because it's 12 midnight right now, and I have class tomorrow. But this has been really interesting. There's still a lot of stuff going on. Do some research. Yeah, Scully's voice was giving me trouble because I didn't want to make it too similar to anyone. I was going for Scottish, but I can't really do a Scottish accent. I'm still practicing that. But knowing that he's, like, from the same place as Jade, I'm probably going to give him a gruff British accent from now on. We'll see, we'll see. But that's very interesting. I wonder what they'll find in Gravelmac. Hopefully Tia will take a break, but I don't know if she'll listen to me. Maybe I should just, I don't know, maybe I could give her a drink that'll make her calm down or go to the spa. Just give her swamp water. I'm like, I'll give you a real drink when you come back from the spa. Speaking of the spa, the swamp spa, I love Baya, my favorite character by far so far. I love her so much. She's so adorable. And I hope we see more of them later. Maybe we can hear if anyone went to their spa. But we'll have to worry about all that next time. Hopefully nothing too bad's going on. I really like the sun humpback whale too. That was beautiful. I really like Clay. Hopefully they can figure things out, but hopefully our adventurers will work together and remember to take breaks too, because that's very important. We can't save the world if we're all exhausted. That's literally a thing in D&D. You can't get points of exhaustion. Please don't. We don't need that right now. Not when the stars have fallen from the sky. Get some rest. But with all that out of the way, I will say thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed, please consider subscribing. Remember to take care of yourself, remember to take some breaks, and have a good day.